Today is a day to recognize and honor the contributions that our Native people have made to Maine's history and culture.
And for the third year, Maine is celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day. News Center Maine's Hannah Yeshivi reports that even with this recognition, tribal leaders say much more needs to be done.
The only true way to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day in Maine is to change the system that treats us differently than any other tribe in the country.
Chief of the Passamaquoddy tribe at Pleasant Point, Maggie Dana, says while this is a day for celebration, it's also a day to look at how little has changed since Governor Mills established Indigenous Peoples Day 3 years ago.
She supports a day, but she won't recognize our sovereignty. So her actions are not lining up with her words.
Maine has existed for about 200 years. Our people have been here for at least 12,000.
Which is why Maine's Wabanaki tribes came to Augusta to push lawmakers to give back what they say was taken from them, the right to determine their own futures.
We have been silenced and oppressed in our homeland for generations.
The tribes have an ally at the State House, House Majority Leader Rachel Talbot Ross, who's sponsoring a bill, LD 1626.
A bill to advance tribal sovereignty and, as the truth demands us to acknowledge, the unfortunate restoration of those inherent rights.
The bill was carried over from this past session, so it will be taken up again early next year. Senate President Troy Jackson says he'll do anything he can to right those wrongs.
And that would be by doing what should have been done so many years ago that was taken away from the tribes, and fighting and making sure that they get everything that they deserve, because that's just what's right. That's the right thing to do, and that's what we should be doing as a state government.
The question now is that government now willing to give the tribes what they've been demanding for so long? Hannah Yeshivi, News Center, Maine.
Governor Gov Mills issued a statement today saying Maine's culture is in large part the direct result of those who first hunted, farmed, fished, and occupied much of the land that we call our home.
She goes on to say, on Indigenous Peoples Day, let us pay tribute to those who were the first stewards of the land we love, celebrate their many contributions to our great state, and recommit ourselves to our shared home and future with respect and trust for one another. Her press secretary says the Mills administration remains committed to finding common ground and making important progress with Maine's tribal nations.